Here we go. Pushy the button.
Oh.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Woo! Let's see how you go.
Yay!
Let's see here. Twitch is doing the live thing. YouTube.
Yeah, probably.
YouTube is being a butt, but YouTube is always a butt, so... But, welcome, everybody, to our special one-shot this weekend. Oh, I better make sure I'm scrolled up to the right spot here. Yeah. Okay, there we go. As you can tell, the LanStar family is holding an intervention for me. Because, as most of you are aware, while we're doing the streaming thing, I am frequently distracted by the thoughts of food. But you see, I can't be distracted by food if the game is about food.
How does that work?
I am technically a genius.
Yes.
Technically.
His brain might also be slightly fried because we were watching The Cat Returns before we started streaming, so...
That was Labyrinth with cats. Don't try to bamboozle me. I know Labyrinth when I see it, and that was Labyrinth. Hiya, Metal.
Hello.
Hi, Metal. Hello.
So, yeah, this is gonna be I Love You, Colonel Sanders, which was released, back in September, I think?
Yeah, I think so.
And, it's a free game on Steam. It's a visual novel. It was officially made, with the support of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And, oh boy, it's a trip and a half. Several of our friends actually streamed it back when it was still culturally relevant.
Yeah, like I remember we watched Cello's one.
Yep, and Lauren Griffin also streamed it, but I had D&D that night, so I wasn't able to watch.
Yeah.
But, because we have an adorable internet child with us...
Hi, hello, I exist. I'm not adorable, though. Fight me.
You are adorable internet child.
Yes.
Fight me. I'm currently sick internet child.
we just... I have lost my train of thought.
Metal, fight me.
She probably will.
Yep.
Yeah, with that, I guess we shall begin our attempt at romancing the Colonel.
I had better dust off my voice.
Oh boy.
V, there are definitely characters we'll want you to voice. I can't remember which ones.
Let me just switch it.
Well, I guess we'll find out when we get to it.
Yes, we will.
Onward!
Do we get to name our character in this?
We do.
Yes! Yes! Yes.
I think we have to.
We have to. Boobs McButter rides again.
Also, that has a lot of biscuits
Discord
and...
died?
Did it?
Oh. Or is it just on?
Okay,
there we go. It's just
it was taking a little while. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Why do I have a chicken on my wall? Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me! Smack clock!
Yeah. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you.
You need to take this seriously!
It did. As the K-pop dudes in the background totally are cheering us on.
Woo, K-pop! Oh, V is having technical difficulties.
Oh noes. I better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now.
Don't stop me now! I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball.
You
Don't
beat me
stop
to it. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class.
Because we're Southern.
Yeah.
Just what you needed to get your body flowing.
Heck yeah.
Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam.
Oh hey, you saved people in Bloodstained!
She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Who should we voice this one?
Good morning, Boobs McButter. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Oh,
Actually, I'm...
because I sure am. It sounded a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. I should be ashamed of myself. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Oh my god.
Classic Miriam. Raised by Master Chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great.
Well, with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up.
A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Should you pep talk her or change the subject?
I think I need a pep talk.
Okay, pep talk. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read?
Lady with the mask will get born on the bayou. Born on the bayou. I'm trying to forget. Sorry, I had a Creedence Clearwater Revival moment.
I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? What's Santa doing in tarot?
I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own.
And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all.
I'm wearing a skirt.
Yes, you are. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease.
You know what? Maybe I shouldn't be distracted by looking at the guide in the chat. Maybe I should read the damn game. Maybe everything will be okay after all, and if not, at least I have these killer bangs. You don't want to know what I misread that as. Can you believe I cut them myself?
You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it.
Roll for bluff.
I rolled a 2.
Dang it.
Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground.
Hey!
It's Ashley, your arch-rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Also, she has
Cleavage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she has a boob hole.
Boob window.
Hello, Ashley. She also has chickens on her stockings. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You're the one with the chicken shins, hello?
You leave Boobs McButter's shins alone. They are perfectly normal and delectable shins. I'm getting hungry. Pass me the gravy.
He can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone.
If anyone here knows what perfect chins look like, it's us.
We just keep stealing them.
We're churro now?
Yes. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man-Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Ahem, Van.
Oh crap, what voice am I giving? What voice are we giving this guy? I froze.
We can always just go with the Mickey voice.
Oh god.
We could. But we do the Mickey voice in a lot. I know. Well, possibly.
Oh god.
Zoe! You've never been sure what their arrangement is. As long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you as Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can believe that. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy of Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now.
I'm only a terrible science professor. You amateurs can all learn from us.
I have regrets.
I would say. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam.
See you later, losers.
As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oh dear, I forgot about you.
I didn't.
Of course.
When we were texting about this game during the week, I feel like I mentioned this character like 50 times.
I guess you're getting. I guess you're getting the Koodaroo voice. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you.
I know what I said.
My name's Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Boobs McButter, so... Are you gonna make me hold the store all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you.
Is it just me, or is he kinda Whoa! Whoa!
I think it's just you, Miriam. I think it's just you.
I think it's just you.
Yep.
You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Also, whose picture is that on the wall?
Well, have a blob of stuff on my computer screen right there, so I can't... Who is that?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's...
I
want to say that somebody is probably related to KFC, but I don't know.
Yeah.
At the very least, there is a KFC bucket drawn on the chalkboard.
Along with a right triangle.
Uh-huh.
Looks like somebody's been working on the Pythagorean theorem in this cooking school where you would never in a million years need the Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah.
A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable!
V, you're up!
Oh! Yeah? All right. Now, quiet down, everyone.
Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class?
You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of... I really need to get new glasses.
Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Ruff!
Oh my god, that's adorable.
It really is.
All of you.
What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Somebody close the window. And then, he walks in.
Why, hello there.
You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still.
It's him! Who is it?
If it isn't my favorite student, Alan.
Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles, sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence.
Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders.
A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly the room is sweltering.
My, is it hot in here, or is it just me? Oh my god.
Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be sweaty. Sweats a lot. Wow, that is a lame-ass comeback.
Well, it's enough of that when they back up the warm tub before a faucet gets melts into a bottle and evaporates entirely.
Now hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that.
You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults?
I love how self-aware this game is. I chose a terrible time to eat a sun chip right there. Besides, when moving with butter sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. Stop helping, Miriam.
No.
Take a moment to clean yourself up. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules.
Welcome to the University of Cooking School Academy for the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends, past, present, and many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there might even be really adorable tiny food.
Well, then we need a hamster.
And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena.
As I recall, like, the only silverware that KFC gives you now is sporks. Granted, it's been a while since I've been over there, even though the Colonel has been very good to me.
Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Oh, right, you.
Yeah.
Hi,
Let's see
guys.
here.
Sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss...
Quiet! Eh, Never mind, stupid thing.
You said it,
Discord,
Jimmy.
no!
Right. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here. Are you sure you're even in the right place?
No.
Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly.
I'm Scruffy, the janitor.
Does no one remember me?
You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish!
Oh,
Look at that cute little corgi butt.
yeah.
Anyway, another respect. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable! Ugh. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny...
You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance.
Palm!
Hi, Pom.
We love you, Palm.
Very much. The class bursts into laughter.
Oh, Clank, you rascal!
Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff.
Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need to multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself.
You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try to butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind?
Chicken.
Chicken. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite.
Well, I think there might be some competition for new star student.
The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool.
I can't believe this game is about furries.
You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times.
Surprisingly useful advice.
It is.
Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your mind open to possibilities of culinary creation.
As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain.
Hey, Moves McButter, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me if you're interested.
2 good options, but which will you choose?
Well, according to the guide I totally don't have pulled up, if we want the best ending, we should sit by the Colonel.
Oh my. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me this seat.
I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something.
That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement.
Think fast! It's time for a pop quiz!
On the first day of school?
I've seen it happen.
Yay, a quiz about me!
This incredibly important, surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at culinary. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking?
There's a work joke I could make here, but I'm not going to. It is extremely important, Pop.
Yep. That's right.
Forest is the tree, as chicken is too.
I'm assuming feather?
Feather.
Yeah, because since when do chickens have night vision goggles? That's right.
What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created?
A spork?
A spork.
Yes. But see, it should be a comically oversized spoon.
My spoon is too big.
What food is best for a broken heart?
Oh my god, can't
As long-
believe.
Breath of Fire has come back.
It's not hump day!
It's not hump day. Everyone go back and watch the Breath of Fire streams because they're amazing and some of the best ones we've done.
Yes. So anything as long as prepared with love and not too much salt?
Yes, that is correct. And actually the DASH diet, which is for hypertension and heart stuff in general, recommends you reduce your sodium intake. He says as he crunches into another sun chip.
Now, is Sprinkles a good boy?
I'm assuming the middle one.
Yes.
Alright, 5 out of 5. I did not cheat. Well, actually, yes, I did cheat. You look to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed.
I'm impressed.
Mm.
I know we just met. I can read. What are you talking about?
That's why he has glasses.
Hilariously, my glasses are not too far from me. I'm just not wearing them because I very rarely do.
Yeah.
I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain.
Oh my god, he's got X-ray vision. Hot diggity, boobs and butter. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance.
May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement. Time for lunch!
That is good news.
That is great news.
Yes. Also, the Stewart cafeteria. Is that a reference to Martha Stewart?
I'm not sure. I remember I attempted to try to find out what some of the things in this game are referencing, and I wasn't able to, which annoyed me deeply. And I guess nobody cares as much about the Colonel as I do.
Clearly. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. I mean, they even got, like, flowers at all the tables.
Are those edible?
Yeah.
Maybe. I have had edible arrangements before.
Nom, 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 nom.
A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters.
Can you smell that? That must be a lunch. It smells crazy good.
Everyone, can I have your attention?
No.
Is it about lunch?
Yes.
No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was...
Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement.
Hey, I was...
It's about lunch.
Everyone cheers, except obviously student. But I... Okay. Lunch! 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 She said shh!
In honor of our new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smell. The smell I smell. The smell I smell. That smells smelly.
You beat me to it.
There's a Leonard Skinner joke I could make here, too. And it would make sense, because we're Southern. Oh, we lost V!
Oh no!
V!
No!
No!
No, we need our
Yay! Indeed. Ooh, that smell! Can't you smell that smell?
You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true?
Is this?
Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Oh, look at the steam off of that baby.
I will eat that entire bucket, and none of you were going to stop me.
I mean, I want a piece.
Yeah, that looks delicious.
I mean, I do actually really like KFC. I don't eat there as regularly as I could, considering there's one a block from my house. But I do have very fond memories of going to KFC with my dad after doing some swimming stuff when I was in middle school.
Aww. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. Sorry, continue.
It's funny because I grew up out in the middle of out in the west end of Spotsylvania County, and at the time there was nothing out there. So to get to the closest KFC to us, it was a good 45-minute drive on a good day. So for a long time, when we wanted to get a bucket of chicken for dinner, which again wasn't that often, we actually went to Hardee's. Because back in the dark times, before Carl's Jr. bought them, Hardee's was a chicken place. I'm old!
The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. What a novel concept.
And yes, this game is one giant commercial.
Yep. And then Wendy's tried to top it off with making a tabletop role-playing game.
Yeah, but I feel like this is better, possibly.
Yeah, I'd say so. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating.
For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors.
You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can.
Forrest Gump came to mind. And that's all I have to say about that.
You ain't all that stupid little rabbit.
Oh god, I got a sun drip in my lung.
Oh dear.
I'm just Captain of the Last Will and Testament, and case rules and cadence. Got him!
He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. That was a sick burn? You wait to see what zinger Ashley is prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach.
Ashley, I want to talk to you for a minute. Ashley, sit. I want you to consider that, maybe, just maybe, that's not a skirt you're wearing. I think that's a belt. Go make yourself decent, woman.
Got him.
Yeah, and I was just writing in my diary I was totally looking for a penguin mask, thank you.
Oh my god!
Oh, Jesus.
Dear Diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew that at that moment only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. I think Van Van is going to be quite jelly.
Oh, please! I'm better!
Well, Van Van the Man, if you don't want any.
I'll take his.
Chicken.
He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed.
Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in.
No, I'm pretty sure that there was this dude from Oklahoma who just stole the entire bucket, so...
I admit to nothing.
You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly.
Focus your mind.
Okay. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavor. Salt? Maybe. Pepper? Too obvious. Oregano? Basil? Maybe, but there's something else. Something dark. Something spicy. You dig deeper. Deeper. Deeper! Yes, even deeper still. Until you find it. Could it be... a rectangle?
My god.
You really did it! How bold, how adventurous to use a rectangle.
Oh my gosh.
You try...
This is a little bit like Food Wars, you're right.
You try to go even deeper into the sea of flavors, but this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet, now you know. A mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders.
With great chicken comes great responsibility.
As you look around, you realize that everyone in the room is consumed by the lunch. No one noticed that you've traveled through space and time. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second.
Dog party.
Dog party.
Anything. Anything for a fellow chef.
What exactly was on that chicken?
How bold to come out and ask, and I misread that for a second. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. That's oddly specific.
Also, I like his chicken staff.
My chicken CHIMKN.
It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade.
Oh my. What's the... I am distracted by dogs. Hello, dogs.
They're busy tug-of-warring.
Aww.
Oh.
What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other.
He's clearly not going to give it up easily. But it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun?
What do they say about secrets? And also, what do they say about dwarves? No one's gonna get that reference. You've got Moxie, I'll give you that.
Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers.
Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use geometry. It's something like... It turns out that Pythagorean theorem wasn't useless after all. It's something my great-grandmother taught me.
Geometry? Wow. You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched.
Have you tried a math book?
What's math? And geometry definitely isn't the flavor you tasted before, so now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe. But you don't tell Colonel Sanders that. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad.
I'm sorry, I got distracted. I was looking at my chicken. It's such delicious chicken. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated.
Sounds like you have big plans.
I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. I will found a franchise and it'll get bought out by Pepsi.
Alone together for the first time, you figure out now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him.
Modest but thoughtful.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex, but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect.
Topped with onions, cornbread, and sour cream. Chili, yes. I can't even finish that reference because I'm laughing too hard. Chili, yes. Savory, sweet, salty, and pungent. The 5 flavors of the Orient. Oh, God. I need to send that episode of Nero Wolf to V later. And that's assuming I can remember which episode it even is.
Oh. It was the one with the smelly woman, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. So for those of you wondering if, like, man, when Lantern's in the streams, he gets distracted by food a lot. Does he get distracted by food when he's doing other things? The answer is, like, a resounding and emphatic yes. Yes, he does. What were we doing? Oh my God. I appreciate the compliment, Boobs McButter.
I'm sure you'll be a big success.
I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon.
Did we even have our first lesson?
That's it? Did we?
I don't know. I mean, I guess the pop quiz, but...
Yeah.
Also, suddenly we're an Iron Chef.
Oh.
You step into the massive cooking arena, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need.
Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it?
You're not gonna blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations.
Welcome, students, to the cooking arena! For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and get off!
Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear. Wanna be my partner?
Oh my. Sure, Boobs McButter, I'll prepare our station. I'm not even sure if I've been giving him consistently the same southern voice this entire time, but oh well!
Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner!
Oh my! Two potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I can't decide whether you should live or die.
It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner?
I don't think it matters.
I mean, I'm not partnering her up with a child, so...
Okay.
Robot it is! Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school is, even at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth.
Hold on there, brother. Keep it in... You're not even wearing pants.
No, he's not.
You are indecent. We don't even know the assignment yet.
Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and honest about him.
Oh god. I hardly know you.
Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection.
Is that a loose panel you got, or are you just happy to see me?
It looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork.
Alright, you two, for today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea.
I thought I needed, like, wood.
Don't judge my sentences!
Two peas in a pod, a pair of underwear.
You could burn that too.
Oh god.
Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? I'm assuming the mashed potatoes and gravy?
Yes, go for the thing actually on the KFC menu.
Wait, they don't have octopus on the menu?
Not... Actually, one of the KFCs in Fredericksburg had some weird stuff available in the buffet at one point. And yes, it had a buffet, believe it or not. This would have been back in like 1997, 96. But yeah, one of the KFCs in downtown Fredericksburg, the KFC in downtown Fredericksburg, I should say, had a buffet, and it's the only KFC I've seen that had a buffet, and it was thoroughly confusing.
Huh.
I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting.
Homegrown, down home, that's my woman. Cooking with her meantime, long lost recipe. I like Sammy Hagar and Van Halen, don't judge me.
Maybe mashed potatoes.
And gravy.
I mean, you gotta have mashed potatoes with gravy.
Yep.
I couldn't imagine one without the other.
God damn it, game, we were kidding.
Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. Which potatoes is very important.
This is true. You're gonna want something more like a russet for mashers, not any of the smaller, waxier ones. Or you could get, like, Potato 11 because he's the luminary, or Potato 1 because he's going to go beat the Dracolord, or you could get Potato 5 so he can beat dudes with a stick. Nobody has any idea what I'm talking about, but it's fine. Because
I legit have no idea.
we will stream those games eventually. We have no idea when.
Yes.
What the hell was I talking about?
Potatoes.
Ah, yes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine.
Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders?
Even though he was like 60 some odd when he founded the franchise.
We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off of my man.
Keep your fingers on it, right?
God damn it, game! I was kidding!
No, Jay's Van Van. While I'm over here crushing Boobs McButter's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends.
Why, howdy there, Ashley Van Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now?
Actually, no. It looked like Boobs McButter was struggling, so he offered to give him a hand. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense.
This went Kingdom Hearts on me all of a sudden.
I was gonna say, nothing about this makes any sense. One thing is clear, she's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to act for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn
to Colonel.
Yep.
The Hunka Hunks.
Okay. I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I choose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right?
I didn't choose the Colonel Laugh. The Colonel Laugh chose me. A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Boobs McButter as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Because before the fast food thing, he tried numerous business ventures, most of which didn't go particularly well, but hey.
He tried.
based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Boobs McButter's natural talent or their loyalty.
Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature.
Corgis.
You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking it on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere.
Okay, I would just like to say that, when someone is, like, chopping or cooking or pouring boiling liquid or, like, over the stove trying to fry something, very bad idea to try to distract them or to, have a conversation with them. Mm-hmm. Like, I know at one point, like, I was frying some meat up at work and someone came up behind me and hugged me a couple years ago and it almost set the kitchen on fire. Mm-hmm. And, another time someone was asking me, like, to make them something while I was stirring something that was boiling, and I ended up boiling part of my left hand.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah, when someone is doing things in the kitchen, let them do the things in the kitchen so that they can be safe and so that you can get your delicious food.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know just what to do.
Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Oh, baby.
Oh, there it is.
Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that moment, all the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops as the Bishi sparkle away. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still.
If you really, Colonel Sanders, you're stealing a Sting song. Courage actually has that album, Dream of Blue Turtles. It was his 5th grade teacher gave it to him. I know because I listened to it. If you love something, set it free.
Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. You see Ashley with a sinister look. You know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Do something!
Don't help me! No more!
Scooping with a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity?
Hold on there, Boobs and Butter. We do not waste food in the room cooking arena. Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
Oh no, I seem to have dropped some on the Colonel's pants.
Oh my!
Can I have potatoes, face? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand.
After all, go with the lot! Till the few minutes I prepared a female! Girls are my specialty! Well, tinkle like the force of my silky saltwater sauce! They are a better food! Where's the supreme chef?
You sure?
Oh god, my family's gonna have so many questions for me tomorrow.
You sure that your family isn't actually blacksmiths instead of chefs? You've ignored me for too long. This ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate.
No! Don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic!
Too late, it has been eaten.
Only if it was like a blue-ringed octopus.
I think I left something in my... I left my pants in the oven!
But you're wearing
Yeah.
pants.
No, this is just what my legs look like.
Oh, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Oh!
It killed him!
Everyone step back! Do not take another bite!
When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Oh no, we killed a child.
Oops.
Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison.
Oh, that reminds me of a Deep Space Nine thing I need to send you eventually.
The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. The air is motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds.
Either that or he's a Florida.
I'm not sure Professor's here making a... Damn it.
Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. I'm Napstablook now.
Oh.
Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you.
Sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home.
What? Like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly.
I picked the worst times to eat. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today.
Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them.
They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with.
Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. I mean, it's only like, what, not even a full day now?
Yep.
Yeah, like...
Colonel Sanders?
Yes, Boobs McButter.
There's something I need to tell you.
What is it, Boobs McButter?
Make it, Van Van!
There's something I need to tell you first. Everybody shut up. I have an erection. I'll be happy 37 times a day.
Oh,
God, I
jeez.
used to have the entire song memorized, and I don't anymore. What?
You see, when I was just a girl, I said boy. I had a dream. That one day, all men would be like, wrong dream. I dreamed of frogs. No, that wasn't it. I dreamed that one day I'd be the greatest chef the world has ever seen.
We have fun here.
We do.
Heck yeah.
Every day since, I have been working toward that dream. Working on my dream.
Oh god, am I just gonna reference all the things? We're not gonna get through this game because I have the attention span of a fairy parent.
One night, never stop and never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights. Like, so many weights.
Oh my god, it's Courage.
Huh. If he has that haircut in the future, I'm gonna be shocked.
I mean, at one point, his hair was longer than mine currently is. Yeah, in fact, there's a couple of pictures of him around my house with that hairdo from when he was in high school. One of my friends in high school actually joked that he looked like Jesus. It's like, oh my god, your brother's Jesus! I'm like, have you ever actually talked to my brother? We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts. That our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. What the hell am I saying?
Oh, where are you? We're going to with an Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and the star of the star!
I mean, I have a star on my head. Also, now he's just stolen Gina's haircut. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy?
You can't prove that!
I mean, we literally can.
Yeah.
I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name?
Napstablook, baby?
He had no last name.
Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. You're gonna have such a sore throat tomorrow.
I mean, I was already having a sore throat, so...
What is that?
A spork monster.
Huh.
Huh.
Maybe that one should have the Mickey voice.
Does anyone else have any other ideas of what we should make this thing sound like?
Mickey voice.
Mickey voice. Mickey voice, okay. me.
The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero! I won't go off the door open,
Is your refrigerator running? You better go catch it.
How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level?
Be afraid! Be very afraid of me! Because I'm a monster! See?
Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? Grammar! But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence.
Oh my gosh.
What will you do?
Boyfriend.
Where's
The guy I'm looking at says defend the entire time, but I'm not sure it matters.
Okay. You decide to defend. Which defense will you choose? Trepidation. Close your eyes tight, but then open one just enough to squint to see the sport monster across the battlefield. For some reason, this makes you feel more prepared for what comes next. Sport monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Fat lot of good that defense did. I don't know, I would think it'd be worse if we did it the other way. Buff up. Okay.
Buff!
You think about that feeling you get after having a good meal where you're so full and happy that nothing can get you down. Like food in your belly, just the thought warms you and you grow stronger. Spork Monster is really feeling emboldened by your lack of attacks. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws an energy from Mother Earth itself. We're doing a spirit bomb?
Oh, yeah!
Kaioken!
They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? You decide to defend. I'm just gonna buff up some more. You draw energy into your arms, thinking back on all the stirring you did in the kitchen as a child. Your muscles go super swollen, you're ready to take on anything. Sport Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Sport Monster uses Utilitensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Let's do another trepidation, I guess. You curl into a ball. I'm not cut out for this. Feeling vulnerable, Sport Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge.
Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Behold my pimp chicken cane.
Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens.
That's a lot of chickens.
Oh my.
Pot, power pinch! Oh no, he's hot.
Yeah. And it does 10 damage. Sport Monster is defeated. It only had 10 health.
Are you kidding me?
You saved me. An injured Sport Monster spews steam into the night. I assume spare it?
Spare it.
Act Mercy.
Yeah.
You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow!
I promise nothing. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. Roll for bluff!
You rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2!
Woo! The Sport Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be
Special item?
It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. What is this, a Necronomicon?
Oh my god.
The Chickenomicon.
You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name seemed to have signed it out as Borko.
Huh.
Borgo. That name sounds strangely familiar.
Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it home without him. What a guy. How did he know where we live?
I'm Colonel Sanders. I know everything.
You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. Van, get out of my closet!
No! Lavender stuck in the closet!
God. What has this stream become?
Art.
Yes.
In your dream...
God, the highlights video for this stream is gonna be ridiculous.
In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love dreams. Dreams are weird. Whee! You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? Yes, we totally went to a chicken farm and rode the chickens to glory.
We went to the chicken dimension, which is right next to the sheep dimension, it turns out.
You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking recipe. Or yesterday, you can't believe he really used geometry.
I know, right?
I know. And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense, we'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Sport Monster, she launches into a story of her own.
Alright, so little Billy was out on the playground one day, and he was playing, and he heard a phrase that he'd never heard before. Oh, wait, that's not the story I wanted to tell. Well, one day, I'm actually going to have to tell that story in one of our streams, just so people will get that joke. Of course, everyone will immediately unsubscribe from your channel, but...
I have no idea what they're talking about.
I imagine I tell that joke in stream one day, I go into the Super Mario Galaxy server, and Dork and Cool were just standing there and they're like, yeah, you're no longer in this. You're fired. What is wrong with you? Okay, I know this might seem a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank.
But what will Ratchet think about it?
We had the same joke. We had the same joke.
Like him? Like?
No, if I liked him, then I'd be eating his shield. I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's just something about him. I like him, like him. Got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy without any pants on. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school?
No, but that does make complete sense.
Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I was actually, when I was in high school, there was a campaign to get me elected prom king, even though I had no intention of going to prom, and did not in fact go to prom. But yeah, some people were like, we're gonna get him elected prom king, and I'm like, you will do no such thing.
I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders.
You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning? You're a thing now? That's a thing now? What? We're all things now.
We definitely connected yesterday.
This is a family game.
It is?
You sure did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess?
Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. You've only met him yesterday!
Yeah.
Well, if he's not into me, why do you tell me one of his secret ingredients? However, you don't tell her that you know a second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up.
A secret ingredient?
Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. Ellipses.
So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering.
This can't be good.
Oh boy.
He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. Oh no, it's the Koopa leaf! The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals. And said that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own, so I smuggled it in my butt.
Please, Miriam, don't tell me.
So I smuggled it in my butt and brought them home. I have ruined the stream.
You mean made this a complete masterpiece?
Yes.
He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me. And the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. It tasted a little bit like butt.
I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here.
Whatever, anyhow, so we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch. You know, like pen pals. But he would love to know more about new spices, so I can smuggle them in my butt.
Well, I'm definitely not
Courage has never been prouder of me than at this moment, and he's not even watching the stream.
Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. Besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt I'd be much use to anyone.
Please. You mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you, or from Colonel Sanders, or from my butt.
I'm assuming to make up a fake ingredient?
Make up a fake ingredient.
Okay. It's totally a triangle. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do?
Eye of Newt. Wow.
I can't believe. Okay.
I mean, isn't Eye of Newt an actual thing?
I feel like I remember Draco posting something about it being like an actual type of plant.
Yeah, I think so. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in, cherry blossom petals fill the air, and right from the tree too, appropriate. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Run to him?
Run up to him!
Oh, this is...
Run up to him.
You think this is safe considering he's on a horse?
It'll be fine.
Horses are known to kick!
No, you're thinking of kung fu artists. The horses don't kick.
Okay. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him and his majestic steed. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel! Did you just make that reference?
I was gonna make a completely different joke there, but...
Like, as soon as you said, oh, Colonel, my Colonel, I'm like, wait, oh, Captain, my Captain?
Oh, Captain, I had to watch that in a creative writing class, actually. Yeah.
However, your sudden movement surprised the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face.
Oh, what do you know? Horses do kick.
Oh,
Today I learned something.
Oh boy.
The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Ooh, Boobs McButter, I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it.
Klaatu Barada Necktie. Knick-knack. It was definitely an N-word.
If you forget the world could end, so you know it's serious. I have been trapped in a realm beyond. By a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. What is this, Beetlejuice?
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
That name is... Candle. Before he could continue, you suddenly awake. Oh, jeez. You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices. Or is that just his natural seasoned musk?
Musk. Horseshoes.
Horseshoes! Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe he shouldn't be running up to. Maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. And it's hard to say who was in the wrong here. It was the horse.
It was definitely the horse is a criminal.
But one thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face.
That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore.
Maybe he's also a blacksmith.
Maybe.
And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like, counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try to get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming.
Oh my.
Where there, little one? I'm not sure you want to handle this.
Why don't you make like a bee and mine your own wax, honey?
Act like you're not interested in them.
Okay. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn.
Nailed it!
Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules?
I'm not sure if you'd know a good meal that ate you.
I'd be a little concerned if my food ate me.
Yeah, what?
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache.
If it doesn't hurt, they use a little evil. Pour unfortunate souls.
You finally get a good look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster.
Oh my gosh, they stole it.
That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a fairly heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing! Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot.
Hey!
Wrong voice!
You made the robot cry!
Oh,
You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. What do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer.
Damn mixer.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Oh damn, he knows Thundershock.
He's a Magnemite.
Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right?
Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves.
Save it for the arena at least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty aspirations to focus on.
Maybe I can help you with your business plan? Just then Sprinkles arrives to signal the true star of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog.
Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. Ugh.
Puppy.
But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn.
Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps up on you and licks your face.
Oh. Down, boy.
Down! Oh, is that German?
Maybe.
That has... Off toppin'!
That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that.
Sorry, I got a little carried away.
After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom.
Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken!
Chicken! You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do.
Which is why, in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
John Hancock was a chicken?
Wait. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Well, Bullshit Butter?
Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? I assume the dog biscuit?
So, hang on.
Okay.
The dog biscuit gives you an extra choice to make. I don't think any of them actually... This is one of those ones where it doesn't matter that much.
Okay, so it's like Whose Line? The points don't matter.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's eat a dog biscuit. Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. An example of his own culinary talents, perhaps. You reach out for it when Sprinkle jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron.
What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit?
This kind?
Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but something is there. The Spork Monster. Orko, what are you doing here?
It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten.
You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You don't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. Okay, so I guess I'll take that nice pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever has...
The spice must flow! Muad'Dib.
It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, you... I would call you more an acquaintance at this point. This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through... to fulfill... the prophecy... You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh, man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you.
That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth. Now it's gone forever. How do you feel?
Great. I feel fantastic. Life is not complete until I've rendered something extinct.
To think to yourself, you think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention.
We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday.
I question why he put it on the plate then if he didn't want me to eat it.
Yeah.
Come on, it's time for lunch, baby.
Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement.
Oh.
I forgot the lords.
Via timed competitive cook-off. Oh, theatrics with these two was off the charts.
They're on.
Oh yeah. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it.
Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Boobs McButter. I'll be watching your performance.
Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness.
Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court.
Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief.
At least not until we turn on the timer!
Oh no! Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready."
That's what I'm talking about!
Werewolves of London.
I stand corrected.
The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory.
Was that actually a quote from him?
I know that several of the things said and referenced in this game are actually Colonel Sanders things.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Okay, what temperature?
100C.
100C? That's right, but how would you have even gotten this into the school without knowing that?
Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Lift that enticing offer motivates.
We gotta win.
Yes! You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 11?
11.
That's right, you may not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction.
Tail wagging intensifies.
Do corgis even have tails?
They have corgi butts.
That's fair. Now that you got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Let's see, most flavors... Trust.
Gratitude.
That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on this advice and draw energy from that place. Let's see.
Small town, big dreams.
Small town, big dreams. That's right. This is your shot and you're not going to miss it. You try to shut out the noise at the arena and focus on your cooking. The sound of success.
Silence.
That's right. When they taste your cooking, they'll be so taken with it that they will be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye.
I believe in you, Boobs McButter.
He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy? Ah, crap! Put your mind back into the competition. You're stranded on a desert island with only one desert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right?
You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind!
Sorry, I forgot the question. What's this to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate biscuits? You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps.
Yikes! Error.
Man, the placement of this text is terrible. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes it means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Boobs McButter does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way.
When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed.
Boobs McButter, no!
But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel
I've
Sanders.
nearly lopped off a finger and continued cooking. It's fine.
Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame.
Shameful display. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult.
Everyone stop what you're doing right now! This battle is over!
It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish.
Sweetheart, look at your hand! You simply cannot go on!
I could cook with one hand.
If I had to handle delivery day with a dislocated shoulder, I'm sure Boobs McButter can handle this.
Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it won't be fair to compare the two on account of Boobs McButter's injury. So,
You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish.
but I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
It was porn.
I don't think he can eat that. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find an array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence.
That looks like a boob.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was going to ask Boobs McButter to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée.
Pretentious.
Very. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce.
Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley?
Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache.
Internalize that rage. Your hate shall make you powerful.
Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face. Which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and shamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here.
Colonel Sanders is inside of you?
Oh my. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly.
I know you're hurting right now.
I have a injured hand and no eyebrows, so yes.
Not just from that devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out.
I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fire. I'll never be a master chef.
Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before?
That's exactly what I thought.
Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way.
Thank you, Lady Gaga.
We were all thinking it.
Yeah.
But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. True. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. Not technically true. He was able, due to some legal loophole in Kentucky, he was able to practice law, but he wasn't technically a lawyer.
That's fine, we have Phoenix right now.
Yep. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. Actually true.
Oof.
And I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rifle. Also actually true. He's... Like, after Cello streamed this game, I went to Wikipedia to look this up, and it's like, oh, yeah, all of this actually happened. He survived, for a while anyhow.
I didn't know.
I didn't... Oh, that's your line. I can read. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been.
Although now, thanks to a meme, now it looks like your head is just incredibly huge on a tiny little stick figure body, thanks to the ribbon,
Yep.
so...
Yep.
Sounds like this guy could really use a hug.
I resolved then I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give.
As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. Hope his eyebrows don't catch fire, too.
One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds and also be popular in Japan on Christmas.
Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scar for the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster. Borko?
It is I! I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but, you got fair for the boss. I just wanted to say I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like to always have to look over your shoulder. I mean, I don't have shoulders, but it's metaphor. Monster problems, am I right?
Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode, even though I defended the entire time.
I know how Yu-Gi-Oh! Works! I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a sport monster, you see.
Oh? I don't believe it. You were human once?
Well, no. I was a golden retriever.
I forgot that he was a golden retriever.
Huh.
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 But I was still a student, until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed!
A magic spellbook.
Precisely! I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, ISBECT, tell you what it means to me, it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. Looking at you, Draco. Who am I kidding? Draco doesn't watch this. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. We love you, Draco.
Very much so.
If you need me, don't fear. I will be there.
And I'll be there.
Oh god. Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Boobs, McButter! Together, I'm sure we can defeat them.
Sweet.
Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss.
A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Wow, only like, meeting him 2 days and you're already in his house.
Oh my gosh.
Stepping into Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you've lived such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders.
Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Like, I love how even though this game is clearly a commercial for KFC, it at least tries to be inspiring and uplifting.
Yeah.
I mean, the entire thing is super memey and tongue-in-cheek, but there's a grain of inspirational, suck the marrow out of life attitude in this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk food with another ambitious chef.
Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure.
Oh, your mom's watching the stream.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps?
Reveal it!
Okay. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. That actually looks pretty good.
That's better than any KFC coleslaw I've ever seen.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Probably the best coleslaw I've ever seen ever.
I've seen some fancy coleslaws in some places. Actually, the restaurant that got replaced by the Mule over by me, it was a place called The Zoo. As much as I like the Mule better, The Zoo was pretty good. It actually had some really good homemade slaw.
Interesting.
The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Luke's hideaway.
Magnificent!
Together you chow down on the creamy slaw, till just a spoonful remains in the bowl.
Did they have to describe it as creamy?
I guess so.
Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment.
You could offer...
Alright.
You could
Your mom picked here to start watching.
I mean... You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not?
Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment.
You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate...
I'm actually gonna refill my water glass real quick while you guys do this.
That's fair.
Be right back.
Yeah, you're gonna need it. Oh boy. You have a lot to touch. Look at all the shinies. Let's see.
Shiny.
I feel like I have to touch the chicken first.
Yes.
You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky."
Oh. Nice.
Let's see, let's look outside at the pretty scenery.
Ooh. Pretty.
You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then the ghost of student pops up.
Go away!
Again? Are you kidding me?
No, we don't know where Metaton is! Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait,
No, we're thinking about delicious chicken.
Chicken. Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you say I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. Oh, man. Alright, let's look at this. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69?
It was the summer of 69.
No, it's one of these...
More geometry!
Oh boy, more geometry!
Geometry, yay!
Ironically, KFC does in fact have gravy-scented candles.
Yeah, we thought they were joking.
Yeah,
They weren't.
they weren't. Let's see. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silver in color. It's actually made of spun silver.
Oh.
Huh.
Huh.
Let's see. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy.
It's a large urn, you might notice.
Yeah.
Let's see. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. Is it supposed to be...
Like, cheers!
Yeah.
Oh.
So, they're making a toast, essentially.
Yep.
With chicken.
Mhm.
You look
Yeah.
closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Yeah, let's see, we got... This photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? On a camel.
It's not hump day.
It's not. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure this must be Colonel Sanders himself. Apparently he grew facial hair very early.
How?
Magic.
Mhm. Literal magic.
Literal magic. Chicken magic. That or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right?
Shots fired.
Got him.
Let's see. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Hey, that's the combo on my luggage. Inside, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Nope, I guess with that we go in the door. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one of its hanger and try it on. We are now James Bond.
We are now Colonel Boobs McButter.
The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant?
This isn't creepy at all.
No, not at all. Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on. He wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket.
Don't usually loan this out, but I must say, it does look good on you.
Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off.
Fess up.
Okay. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you.
I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. I'd like to remind everyone that this is an official KFC product.
It is. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel?
Yes, Boobs McButter.
I honestly think that this may be the beginning of something wonderful.
I think you're right. We should take things slow. Like my slow roasted chicken. Oh my god. I'm amazed they didn't make that into a joke somehow.
You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence!
Oh, good.
Whee!
Yeehaw!
Woohoo!
Oh, I'm a ghost on chicken. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway.
Scandalous.
I know.
Ooh.
It's again, you've only known him for 2 days.
I know!
Oh my god, your mom's reactions to this are priceless.
And I can't see them right now. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you learned about. More geometry. In some jurisdictions, more geometry isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Is it chicken and waffles?
I honestly can't remember, because I know that was starting to be a thing at KFC right around when this game came out.
Yeah, because I know, there was recently a commercial with Colonel Sanders having a romantic interest in Mrs. Potter's Earth.
I mean, I haven't had KFC's chicken and waffles, but I've made it at work, and I've had it at other places, and it is delicious. Oh my god. I could, in theory, make that for lunch tomorrow for myself if I really wanted to.
Ooh.
Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up.
It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question.
So, would you say that we're the perfect match?
How presumptuous.
My cuisine and your taste buds, that is.
Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery?
Flatter him!
Flutter! You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window.
Sorry, I got distracted. and with the right business partner, I know I can't fail.
Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. It's only been 2 goddamn days!
I know!
Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night.
Your mom is probably going to be like, why is he giving... Why this voice? and the answer is...
Why not?
We don't know. We honestly don't know. The stream got away from us very early on.
Oh, yeah.
I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something might happen to you.
It's okay, I was just...
But now that it turns out you're fine, I can get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. You see, I had to fight Carl, and... No, wait, wrong Miriam.
Sure, but...
You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date.
Ooh, I think I can believe that.
Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials tuned into polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. Getting to know all about me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker?
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Balling up the details of your own eye is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. That doesn't sound sketchy in the slightest.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
You what?
Nothing happened, but the emotional connection, wowzers. Yep. Being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact.
Good way to be, really.
Yeah, because you know he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh boy.
No.
That is good!
I'll have my swirly.
Mrs. C, if you're still watching, I am so sorry.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get yours swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Oh, the kid seems to be about the same size as you guys in the pictures.
Because I'm literally the biggest person. I am gigantic! I'm so huge! Oh my god!
There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You guys should know, both McCall. The kid that I picked on the first Princess's horse!
Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain.
Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that! Might as well just give up!
I'll never give up. Never surrender.
You beat me to it!
Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going wrong.
Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Boobs McButter, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. I think the game weirded out your mom a little too much.
I would assume, yeah. But it's the final day of school again. It's only been 3 days.
Yep.
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
We hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive.
What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received.
That's a lot of words to say it was bland.
Oh!
Excuse me, Boobs McButter, I am more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Ooh.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel?
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Boobs McButter. Okay, I think we're almost to the point where I can talk about a thing.
Okay. Annoyed by
I couldn't remember where in the game it showed up.
Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Whoa, that book? It looks like bad news.
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend as much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
Actually, for a warlock character I never got a chance to properly use in D&D, I ended up making him he's gonna be a tome lock, but, his spellbook is canonically a specific cookbook that I have.
Oh my.
It's, what's it called? It's called Odd Bits. The book of, basically it's a book of cooking with offal.
Oh.
I think that was a gift from my sister a few years back. It's a fascinating book.
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around... I'll help you. Wrapped around your finger.
Oh, wow. 2 Sting references in one night.
Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory-erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. I'm assuming...
Don't do it.
Nope. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement.
I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on. But I assure you, it's nothing to be afraid.
Puppy.
His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly.
He must be hungry.
I would assume, yes. You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide.
Rawhide?
I apologize for the outburst.
My teacher ate my homework!
Actually, when I was in high school, the teacher had me eat somebody's whole pass.
I remember that story.
Mr. L, we want to get out of the classroom. Why? Because we wanna. That's not a good enough reason. We'll just sign our hall pass and go. Lantern, take care of this with gusto. Hump. Mr. L, Lantern ate our hall pass. Well, there you go then.
Anyway. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfying. Like ungraded work. My, butter, were you studying something with cinnamon?
I was making cinnamon toast crunch and trying to figure out why kids love the taste of it. I've been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful.
This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Boobs McButter, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see...
But before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class.
I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger?
Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises.
But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends. Jeff and Joan, J and J forever.
J. Jonah Jameson?
Bring me pictures of Spider-Man!
Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care.
Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Oh.
Error.
I think he broke.
Yeah.
No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank.
I can read.
That's a shoe. That's a deep-fried shoe.
What?
Is it wrong that it looks tasty to me?
Nah, probably not. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where he got it from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam!
It's the final countdown.
I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. As time approaches, see you all in the arena!
Yeah! But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, you okay?
Okay, I'm so mad I could smash my tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot coffee all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone?
Her tiny Coco is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy, or robot in this case. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City.
Woo!
Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me.
Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not...
Big enough? You think this town is big enough for the... well, you know what that means. I can't do it that well.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea with all the voices you're doing.
Yep.
If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup. It's tiny!
And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decide to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. The location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Booze McButter's famous chicken pot pie.
Okay, I can finally talk about this. I've never had KFC's chicken pot pie, but I do remember it getting added to the menu, like, 25 years ago. And the reason I remember this is because I remember the commercial. And the reason I remember the commercial is because my dad friggin' loved it. It was a couple of Catholic priests, like, at a church or something, and a couple of Irish Catholic priests, because of course it is, and, one of them is telling the other one about this fantastic dish he had, with lovely peas, lovely carrots, and such a flaky crust, and oh, it was such a delicious chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie? You'll have to spend some time in confession, Michael. Dad quoted that commercial so much that it's permanently like, I remember no other KFC commercials from, like, the past 20-some-odd years, aside from, like, Norm Macdonald and, like, Mrs. Buttersworth. But that one from, like, when I was 7. Nope, that's in there. It's taking up valuable space forever.
After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders.
Oh boy.
Boobs McButter, what are you doing in here? There's still time before the final exam. Are you cramming things in here?
Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you.
Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious.
You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who was hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you.
Fess up!
Okay. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing.
I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards.
What about 401 yards?
Well, then I'm out of luck.
Then There's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You know it was pot pie just from the smell?
Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. By which he doesn't mean that, the crust's only ingredient is butter, but he means that the fat used in, the crust is all butter and not mixed with, like, shortening or lard or some other lipid. And my nose is telling me something else. It's telling me that you can't actually make a crust using only butter, because you need starches for crust, and butter is a lipid, and that's why an all-butter crust is not all butter, but other ingredients as well.
Oh no, is it burning?
No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of THC. I mean TLC. Did I say THC again?
Yes.
But it'll probably start burning in a second if you don't pull it out.
The moment of truth. Wow.
I really should try the KFC pot pie at some point. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. Same.
There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lay down some ground rules.
There are no rules. That's it. That is, except to cook with everything you've got.
You step up for the cook-off for a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll pull you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, registered trademark, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air.
Egg wash!
Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth.
Best friend Baster Blaster.
Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it.
5 dial pressure pointer chicken cooking technique! I need to apologize to the nation of Japan.
Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity as was foretold!
Oh my god. Self-destruct.
Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? I'd say do it the hard way.
Guess we're doing this the hard way.
Oh my. Who needs magic when you've got
Undertale the
passion?
musical.
I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room.
I believe in you, Boobs McButter.
Miriam notices too.
And I've always believed in you, Boobs and Butter, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You can't get rid of me. I will follow you into the grave.
I can believe that.
Oh my god. Like, this game's already horribly messed up, and we're just making it worse.
Pretty much.
Sure, we're making it amazing.
You turn to notice
God.
that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking?
Kind of food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
It's the secret ingredient.
Did you just throw Eye of Newt in there? However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve the Spork Monster!
Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We Spork Monsters are many! I think Borko had the day off. But you have conquered Steve and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition? I love this stuff! It's better than TV, you crazy kids and your culinary skills and your drum circles and your blue jeans really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spark Monster notices that you've got the Grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station.
Oh, I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh?
Yeah, you guessed it. Sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water?
Possibly, but I got distracted by a thing. I'd love to. I always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little sport pup back in the old country.
You mean you weren't a golden retriever, too?
I was a golden retriever in Seattle.
You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monster School, in Monster Prom, when I had fallen asleep during Scare Tactics class, and when I woke up, Damien was punching me in the kidneys, and...
He tosses a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint.
Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck!
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Summon extra power from deep within?
Yes.
I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win! Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. Okay, we went Super Saiyan slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Boobs McButter, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me.
Will you get out of here?
For the last time, Mettaton's not around. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. Undyne, what are you doing here? You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you could do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear. Don't worry, dear Boobs McButter. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support.
I have been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches.
He steps up to your station and stands right beside you.
I'm here to help.
All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules?
Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart because I am an anime.
What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on.
And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts.
Are you suggesting...
If we combine forces, we can form the perfect the perfect food confederacy.
Oh my.
Time's up, students!
With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for.
You must now prepare to present your dishes.
A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete.
It seems we're missing some students. Where are Pop and Plankton?
From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! Sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there.
Miriam, would you mind?
Inside of the closet, you see Pop, hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. He's trying to go for the broom closet ending.
Oh yeah!
Pop, get down from there right now!
Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this?
Well, who asked for Wedgie home to refuse?
I thought Wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge. See, cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure.
Hey, I've been turned into a cow. Can I go home?
You hate your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst in school's history, but it's not exactly good. You really. Wait a second. Pranks. So, Crank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none.
Somehow he must have gotten unplugged. We'll have to figure that out later.
It was
Staring at you, Van Van.
Mm.
That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, select your final project.
If the glove does not fit, you must quit!
Yes, it has been a long semester.
Wow, 3 whole days long.
But after days, literal days, of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Yay. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish.
I made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. Look at me, I'm tiny.
That's adorable.
That requires some craftsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
My word! It's so delicate! Is that a teeny tiny Naruto Maki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, chef?
Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl.
Sublime! Anyone else like a taste?
Too bad.
Oh, come on! I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. More for me.
And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup.
Oh! A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours.
Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug.
Thank you, Boobs McGuire, for helping me to believe in myself.
Van, you're up. Hopefully you don't kill me this time. Now, describe your dish.
Oh, Lord!
Oh my.
Oh, a smooth and tested and excellent urchin shell topped with caviar!
That does not look edible.
Give it to Mega Man. He dies in one hit.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin?
No! Yes!
That's kind of a bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it! A bit much is kind of my brand! But you look cool!
Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around.
Please be gentle with my spiky cuisine.
Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded.
Ouch! My tongue! Ah!
The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat this! It keeps poking my tongue! Ah! Disqualified!
What do I have to do in a heavy metal band?
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night.
Disqualified for glamour?
Oh, I should have done the Mettaton voice this entire time.
Yeah, probably been easier on your throat.
Much. Oh, yes.
Impressive it! Ah!
This isn't the last you've heard of me.
It's the last we heard of him.
Before forcing us to endure a swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know. Yeah, I'm a dog. I drink milk. Get over it! Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue.
But are dogs lactose intolerant?
Don't judge me! Ah! Next student! Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. I mean, it looks pretty.
Ooh, that actually sounds edible! Oh my gosh!
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Boobs McButter? I told you, it's a display piece.
Ashley, I must say, it is a beautiful piece. However, I must say, we're at a cooking school. This is a cooking competition. I'm going to eat this. I don't care.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I want to be judged on eating, I'd go to a college of eating school for the hungry.
That's every college.
I suppose you could spell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If the food cannot be eaten, then it cannot be judged. Good day. You are disqualified.
You lose! Good day, sir!
Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you! And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone.
Seriously, you're wearing a belt, woman.
This isn't the last you've heard of me, either.
If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. That's not much fun.
You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together.
2 chefs!
What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese
Has become something else.
He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Oh man, that looks really good.
Ooh, I want it.
I kind of want to try this, although, I do know that, when they first made the, KFC fill-up bowls with the, mashed potatoes, the corn, and the chicken, like, every single time I tried to eat one of those, something bad would happen. To be fair, one of the times I tried it was, like, literally right after, I'd gotten my wisdom teeth out, but I had a very strange reaction to it, so I don't know how the mac and cheese bowl would sit with me.
Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays.
Anyway, just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blow me away! In my 49 years of dog years of whatever, anyway, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced.
But have you had chili with cornbread and onions and sour cream? I'm just saying. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yep.
Look here, don't you judge me. I'm a dog, okay?
Oh my.
Anyway, as I was, it's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class.
Huzzah!
Except Ashley and Fan, though. They suck.
Yes.
You pass, and you pass, and you pass, and you get a pass.
But do we get a car?
Please!
Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed! There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete, and everyone has graduated in the course of 3 days, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
The DJ Dog is in the house!
You know that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. Those are quite the change in outfits.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For a moment you actually believe them. Not another haunting.
this guy again! Jeez. No vote allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the Bible. Can't you read?
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me, Senpai.
Oh, amusing.
And now that
Get out!
And now that everyone is together, it's a spork monster. He is totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the Smork Monster, I can read. But here I prefer everyone to refer to me by my new name, the Party Monster. Oh man.
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great.
Aw, she's cute.
She is.
Yeah.
A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's
I
Pop!
wonder.
He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown?
Welcome back, Pop. I know you went in. Finally. So, we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean.
Oh, now I get it.
Nepotism ho!
Yep.
And we get a new wing of the school. Not to mention the honor of educating the son of the Chancellor of Spush and Dash. I don't know how to pronounce that.
I think it's such and such.
Is that really what it is? Oh, I'm an idiot.
It did sound fancier.
I can't read.
The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance.
Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth.
Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing.
I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension.
What? What?
I actually feel like I knew this the whole time.
Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. My planet needs me. Miriam, will you come with me?
I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to dedicate my life to figuring out who you are, Clank.
You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard.
I understand, kind of. Humans are weird bags of mostly water.
Yeah. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives.
Howdy, classmates.
He's wearing casual
You're
wear.
not wearing the suit. Why aren't you wearing the suit? Put on the suit!
I know, right? This would have been ample opportunity. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. Ooh.
Ooh.
I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken.
The end?
Hang on.
No, it's not the
That's
end.
the end of it?
As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Colonel Sanders?
Yes, Boobs McButter.
I couldn't help but wonder, was our final exam team up purely by an act of strategy, carried out by two cunning chefs, or was it something more?
I'm afraid I can't answer that question directly. Instead, I'd like to ask you a question of my own.
Oh my.
May I have this do-si-do?
Colonel Sanders extends his hand to you, and you feel a surge of energy jump off the tip of his fingers. His hand, the hand of a master chef, so dedicated to the craft of fine cookery, so tender yet refined, so milky smooth, fingers like finely battered drumsticks, turned in flour, soaked in buttermilk, and dusted with exotic spices. That is an unusual way to describe a man's hand!
I mean, I have actually fried part of my hand at one point, but you wouldn't want to be shaking it afterwards.
But they do not reach for tongs, a knife, or even a spork. Tonight they reach for you.
And though our feet may tire of dancing, I believe that this is just the beginning of our steps together.
Colonel Sanders,
Will you not only join me on the dance floor, but in the kitchen as my co-chef and partner, in both business and life?
You gasp. Could it be? Is he really saying, me and you together?
Ever since I met you, my dream has changed. It's not enough to simply open up the world's greatest chain of fried chicken restaurants. No, even then my life would be incomplete without you by my side. So what do you say, partner?
I say, I love you, Colonel Sanders.
Title drop.
The for real end? Wow, that was a life-changing 3 days. Overwhelmed by everything that just happened between you and Colonel Sanders, you step outside to get some air. The quad is dark and quiet. Too quiet. You start to smell something salty, potatoey, gravy-y. Just then, Spork Monster appears!
Hi, Boobs McFlutter! You had some pretty sweet dance moves back there.
Why, thank you. You weren't too shabby yourself. The moonwalk you did was pretty cool.
Oh, you noticed? I'm so embarrassed. Anyways, I had something to ask you. You see, life as a potato-like creature is difficult. I have no place to call home other than people's nightmares.
Oh, I had no idea.
I was wondering if I might be able to go home with you. Permanently. I'll run out and get the paper in the morning and everything. What do you say?
I mean, I think we have to adopt him, right?
Yes! Look at him!
Right, plus he was originally a golden retriever, so...
Yeah!
My hero. I will forever be in your debt, like Chewbacca.
The end! Seriously though, it really is this time.
Woo!
Yay!
So, there are actually a couple endings for I Love You, Colonel Sanders. That is the 100% you nailed everything ending. The other ending I've seen is, kind of the, oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, wow. I kind of want an anime of this now.
I kind of do too!
I would watch it.
Yes!
But yes, that was the good ending of I Love You, Colonel Sanders. I know there's at least a mediocre ending and a couple of ways to game over.
Yeah, like literally at the beginning, if we actually chose to just press the snooze button, that would have instantly gave us a game over, so...
Yep.
Oh, really? Wow.
But, as you can tell, it's obviously designed as an advertisement. It's advertising various menu items on KFC, as well as kind of being like the visual novel meme crowd, but it is a fun piece of marketing, and it is genuinely a fun ride, just because if you play a lot of dating sims, a lot of things in this are like, yep, this is right on the nose there in terms of how weird crap gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do thoroughly enjoy this game. I enjoyed this ride with the two of you, and I want me a bucket of fried chicken now. How about you guys?
Hells yeah.
Same. Even though it's like almost midnight.
Yeah.
And I can get DoorDash because that's a thing. I'm slowly entering the 21st century.
Yay! So that way I can switch out of this really quickly, because we are very much out of time now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, V, we're really glad that you were able to join us for this.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah. I mean, I figured I'd join a stream my winter break, so...
Yeah.
Well, you are always welcome to stop by whenever you can.
Mm-hmm. And you were an adorable corgi.
Yes.
I am not adorable. Fight all of you.
This just in, V is not only the onion god, V is also a corgi.
Yep.
I am totally not just going into my hoodie. I don't know what you're talking about.
V takes after me! What do you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
But, yeah, anytime that you're free on Sundays, we'd be glad to have you around. I know the next game we have in mind, for next week is another dating sim. It's gonna take us a heck of a lot longer than this one, because this is obviously something you can complete in one sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But next week we're probably starting Dandelion, I believe.
Yeah, I would say so.
I am excited.
Furries. We so many furries. It's gonna be
yeah.
great.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Thanks for being a part of this, V.
Mhm.
Thanks for being a part of this ride.
Yes.
Enjoyed.
This was fun.
This was magical.
Yeah, God, it's been a while since we've done a dating sim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we did Hotiful like many months ago.
Yeah.
Last one was really emotional.
It was.
Freaking audible, man.
Yeah.
Hotiful. I know almost nothing about Dandelion. Other than it was made in Korea and furries.
Yeah.
Okay.
From what I gather, it's also going to be
Yeah, it's gonna have some tugging at the heartstrings moments from what little I do know of it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That reminds me, I'm gonna have to dig up some guides for that at some point.
Yeah, because I remember hearing like that one's a little bit difficult to get through, so.
Yep.
Oh boy.
But, chicken.
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 I love me some of them kernel strips. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Actually, it's kind of funny that KFC has started to go for, like, kind of the meme crowd. Because, like, again, I remember when I was a kid, it was, KFC was all about the country cooking. And Popeyes, which I can count on one hand the amount of times I've eaten at a Popeyes, they were always less convenient to get to than even KFC was for me. But Popeyes, like, gradually became like, we're Louisiana cooking, just randomly sometime. And I know Chick-fil-A has started to hop on the whole we're country cooking thing. Cane's. Apparently, I'm just like a font of knowledge about chicken marketing tonight. Who knew?
Yeah.
You're why.
Cane's definitely seems to gear itself more towards, we're tailgating and you don't need a brain to order for us because we only have like 3 things on the menu. It's like, you get chicken, you get fries, you get coleslaw. The only difference between the menu items is how much do you want? Do you want a little bit? Do you want a lot? Or do you want a ridiculous amount? And then Bojangles, which is barely a thing unless you're in very specific parts of the country, is very much, oh boy, we're Southern. I mean, listen to that name, we're Bojangles. Have some chicken on a biscuit. Bojangles I've only eaten at like twice because they're mostly in the Carolinas, I think.
Probably.
Like, have either of you ever heard of Bojangles before I mentioned it just now?
No.
I mean, it sounds slightly familiar, but we definitely don't have it down here.
Yeah. Like the times I've eaten at it, we were, like, going south to, like, Florida on a vacation, so... And I know they're definitely not in Oklahoma, so it's a very narrow part of the country that you find Bojangles in. Chicken.
Chicken.
Yeah, in terms of fast food chicken places, KFC tends to be my one of choice. I do know people who were... people here, anyway, because I don't know how widespread Cane's is. But some of my coworkers are, like, adamant defenders of Cane's. All I really have to say about Cane's is, yep, it's food, alright. I'm certainly willing to eat it, although, chicken guy. I can never set foot in that Cane's ever again.
Well, depends on whether he's still there.
He might not be. If he's hitting on, like, all of the customers, he may have gotten fired.
I would say, yeah.
Like, Popeyes, I've only eaten it, like, 3 times in my lifetime. I don't remember how it tastes. I do know a friend of mine, like, Popeyes is his favorite chicken place, and he will die on that hill.
I mean, you do you, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never had Popeyes personally.
Neither have I.
Again, like, I've eaten at it, like, twice. And both of those were, like, 20 years ago, so... Chick-fil-A I was more fond of when I was much younger, because it was it was the only food place in Spotsylvania Mall for a long time. Yeah, when I was a kid, there weren't a lot of fast food options in Spotsylvania County. It was like, there was a McDonald's, a Burger King. If you went into Fredericksburg, there was a KFC. There was Chick-fil-A in Spotsylvania Mall. That changed over the course of time as Spotsylvania gradually grew, but given that I haven't been back to Spotsylvania in like 10, 11 years, I don't know what Spotsylvania County looks like now. Fast food, it's a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chicken.
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 Chicken. Chicken.
Much chicken.
Chicken.
So, do we have any more closing thoughts?
Maybe? Do we?
I don't know.
Because we literally were just in an entire advertisement.
Do we get paid?
I wish.
I hope so.
KFC, pay us in a crap ton of chicken.
Just keep
I will
giving me like a bucket of chicken a week. It'll be fine.
Yes.
Actually, because my grandmother has issues, for a while, for about 2 years, like once a week, we were just picking up a bucket of KFC chicken and having lunch with her for that. That's actually one of the reasons why I haven't eaten at KFC in a while, because the rest of my family has gotten really tired of KFC, because, again, having it every week.
Yeah.
But, it still remains one of my favorite fast food places. Definitely want to try some of the random new menu items that I haven't tried yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Chicken.
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 As we keep saying, as soon as we keep saying chicken, Patches shows up.
That's because Patches knows.
He does.
That reminds me. I'm gonna have to check on the babies tomorrow.
Yes.
See if I've managed to lure them out of hiding.
But yeah, I guess.
But
I guess we're done for now.
Yep. Thank you to everybody who watched this, including Star's mom. Sorry.
I mean, I think she knew. I think she partially knew. I think she partially knew what she was getting into, but I'm probably still gonna hear something tomorrow. So.
I mean, she did comment when I made the one piece of art. My Facebook. I can never remember the term for it. It always out of my brain. The banner thing.
I think that's the closest you can call it as banner.
Yeah, she did comment on it, especially when I was like, it's the greatest piece of marketing ever. Yeah, thanks to everybody for stopping by. Special thanks to V. Again, you're always welcome. We love you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with that, good night, everybody.
Yes. Enjoy your chicken.
Enjoy your delicious chicken.
Nom.
No.